What up, y'all? It's your boy Martin, aka the Boxing Purist. Welcome once again to the Truth and Absolute channel, where I speak the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me, good God Almighty. All right, you guys, listen. If you're new to the channel, if you've never been here before, I would appreciate you hitting that subscribe button, hit the like button, the dislike button. It's all love. If you're subscribed to the channel, welcome back. You know, it's your boy. Now, what I want to talk about right now, not necessarily an up-and-coming fight. I just want to talk about the boxing world and trending topics, all right? So hold on to your seat, man. I may hurt your feelings. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so what topic there's a few topics, okay? Let's talk about the obvious one, right? Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican monster, David Benavidez, or the monster now. What is it? He's a monster, right? Okay. Let's talk about that subject for a minute, okay? Because there's a few points. See, I get why there's stories made about certain things, about certain fighters. I get why the media pushes certain topics in a certain way, because it will catch traction and it'll be something that people talk about. It'll be something that people click about. Therefore, it sells. It's a business deal, right? This is my thing with it, yo. It's us, the boxing world. Even if we're fans of fighters or we're not fans of fighters, the standard that we hold fighters to and how we talk about it has to be the same, regardless of what the media says, regardless of what your favorite analyst or, sports broadcaster is saying. What am I talking about? Listen. I'm going to say it again, and I've said it in the past, right? And I've said this in the past. We keep talking about Canelo versus David Benavidez, and I'm going to be real with you guys. I've been saying this for a couple of years now. I want to see that fight. I think Canelo beats David, looking at it stylistically. I think the fight will happen eventually. I don't know when. I saw things that it's confirmed that Mauricio Sulaiman is going to make David the Benavidez in an occasion. Canelo will have to relinquish his titles and get rid of them at 168 if he wants to continue to hold them, right? Now, we're hearing all kinds of names for Canelo. We're hearing Spence. We're hearing Jamal Charlo. There was one more name. We heard Jaime Munguia. There's a few of them that we're hearing out there, but we don't know which one is going to be for sure. My thing, and I'm tired of hearing it, I'm going to be real with you guys, is the standard that we're holding Canelo to, because I've already been through this. My bad. I've already seen this with Floyd Mayweather. I've already seen this with Floyd. People forget. Now, let me tell y'all something. There's eras of fighters, right? There's eras of where you get 4 to 6 champions, good fighters, and they kind of carry the division. They kind of carry a division. There's always 2 dudes that are on the top that are rivals for each other, right? This is what a lot of y'all don't understand, and this is what we got to stop overlooking. Let's go back to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather had his way with every fighter that was out when he was out in his weight classes. It doesn't matter who you mention, right? It doesn't matter who it was. Diego Corrales, Gotti. I mean, you could go up and down, and at his particular era when he was in his prime, he was beating everybody. He was beating everybody. He has one loss, the first fight to Castillo. I'll admit to that. Besides that, he whooped everybody. And he kept doing that for years on end. It kind of turned into, let's see who the next big fighter is that's going to come and who's going to dethrone Floyd Mayweather. Pretty much we had a huge fan base that wasn't necessarily a fan of the sport. They were a fan of fighters. Therefore, they didn't care who beat Floyd Mayweather. They were just going to root for the guy that was going to be the one to dethrone Floyd Mayweather, right? They threw everyone at Floyd. Floyd was fighting fighters not from his direct era. Let's not forget, there's a lot of them that came after Floyd that Floyd still fought, right? They don't necessarily have to be elite, right? We weren't holding it to Floyd to fight Triple G. We weren't asking Floyd to fight Andre Ward. Floyd was already accomplished by the time he even fought, Canelo, Marcos Maidana, all those guys. Floyd had already had a career. Floyd had already established himself as one of the best ever, in my opinion, the greatest boxer that I have ever seen box. You guys could have your opinion. It's perfectly fine. I'm just stating the obvious. And somehow, the longer Floyd hung out, damn near 40, the more fighters would come in, and we're like, is Floyd going to fight this guy? Is he going to take this challenge? Floyd would never fight this guy. Floyd won't fight this guy. And I'm thinking to myself, guys, are we really going to play that game? Like, let's just hold on to your career until somebody comes and beats you. We want to see you lose. Listen, I'm gonna step out of boxing. I'm going to say LeBron James. If you know me, if you see my videos, I'm no fan of LeBron James. I am no fan of LeBron James at all. However, we just keep seeing him get older and older and then hold it to him when he can't keep up with certain dudes or where certain dudes are getting the better of him. I'm thinking, y'all realize that LeBron James's era is long gone, right? He just still happened to be playing. He has longevity. He's physically good and strong enough to keep on playing the game. But we can't hold him to the standards of these new dudes coming in who are 15 years younger than him, 10 years younger than him. Come on now. That's just not, what are we doing? We're just waiting for that? And I'm only bringing this up because I see the same thing with Canelo. Listen, Canelo has already had his whole career. Triple G, at the time when Canelo fought Triple G, was the counter Canelo, which means that Triple G was that guy that, if y'all remember, let's keep it real, Canelo's not going to fight him. Canelo doesn't want to fight him. Canelo will never fight him. Canelo's not going to fight him. Guess what? Canelo ended up fighting him 3 times, beat him 2 times out of the 3 times. The first one I gave to Triple G. And Canelo kept fighting after that. He kept fighting after that. Dudes that we said that he would not fight, Canelo kept fighting them. Canelo's now at a point where he's at that point that Floyd was that I'm talking about. LeBron I'm talking about. He's established his career. He's already done it. He fights whoever the hell he's going to fight. Will a fight with David Benavidez, because that's the name that's thrown out there, help his resume? Let me say this. Of course, it would look great on his resume. Of course, it wouldn't damage his resume for him to have a win over the Mexican young monster, David Benavidez. However, at the same time, he doesn't necessarily need that on his resume to be established as one of the greatest fighters ever. And why do I say that? Because he's already had a whole career. He's still fighting, making money right now. And I'd like to see that fight. I wouldn't necessarily say he doesn't have to. Actually, I'll say he doesn't have to. But his resume, it looks good, but he doesn't need a David Benavidez fight. And why am I saying this? Am I making excuses for Canelo? Hell no, I'm not making excuses for Canelo. But why is it that I don't see the media talking about other possible opponents for David Benavidez? Why aren't these guys that are saying, yeah, David, the guy to beat Canelo, the guy to beat Canelo? How come you guys, if you guys are fans of David Benavidez, then why ain't you calling for David Benavidez to move up to 175 and fight? Why ain't you calling for David Benavidez to stay active and fight other fighters? Why ain't y'all calling for David Benavidez to stop focusing on Canelo and see what else he could do? Because let me tell y'all, he could do 175 mighty comfortably, way more comfortable than he could do 168. Now, I totally get why David wants to fight at 168. He's a competitor. He wants to fight the top gun in 68. He wants the payday. I respect all of those things. But why, if you guys are really fans of the dude, then why is your only wish that he fights Canelo in hopes that he beats Canelo? Why ain't y'all pushing for David to chase anyone else? There's Joe Smith at 175. Who else is at 175? There's a few names there that he could easily go and fight, and it doesn't necessarily take him out of the race to fight Canelo, but he's staying busy and he's forcing Canelo into a corner. As of right now, the media and all you guys that are just wishing that David is the one to dethrone Canelo, you guys are the one that's keeping David relevant, because his name is only relevant with Canelo nowadays. I'm not saying all you guys, but pay attention to what I'm saying here. Are you a fan of the dude, or do you strictly have hopes that he's going to be the one to beat Canelo? Be real with yourself. Ask yourself that question. Now, if you say, I just want to see the best fights, guys, we get good fights. We get good fights. You know what I'm saying? We want to see the best fight the best. Okay, and if that's what you're saying, the best fight the best, then could we just please look at the whole world of boxing and stop focusing strictly on Canelo's weight class? How about we go to 135, 140, where it is packed, jam-packed, loaded. None of them dudes is fighting each other, except for Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, which I got to give them their props. But did y'all see what Shakur Stevenson said? Shakur said, who am I to send an offer to Tank Davis when Tank Davis is the boxing star and me, I'm up and coming? I would love to fight Tank. I would love that fight. I think it'd be the biggest fight in boxing. But who am I to send him an offer? So when y'all put out there that David sent Canelo a $45 million offer, again, talk to Shakur. Listen to what he has to say. Who the hell is he to send this man an offer, right? Absolutely not. Tank Davis, okay, next subject. Y'all see what Tank is doing. Y'all see what they're doing, that he's dancing around talking about Conor Benn, this and that, and not fighting dudes in his own weight class. Are we going to hold him to that same standard? Are we going to hold Tank to the same standard, or are we just going to listen to whatever they feed us, Team Mayweather? No, we just love Tank. He's one of the best. Regardless of what he does, he's the man. That's what we're going to stick to. Or is that what we're going to do? And this is what I mean, y'all, by holding the same standards across the board. All right? Let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know how y'all feel about it. A lot of y'all may not like what I said, but I said what I said. I keep it real, man. That's all I got to say. Much love to y'all. I'll speak to y'all soon. God bless. Peace.